Your learning goal today is I can draft an outline on narrative writing. So let's review. This is My Retelling Hen 5-Finger Retell. So you want to make sure that you keep this in mind when you are working on your outline today. So again, this is the 5-Finger Retell. So characters. Who are the people, animals, or creatures in the story? Setting. When and where does the story take place? Problem. What went wrong in the story? Events in the story. That's beginning, middle, end. What happened in the beginning, middle, and end of the story. And solution. How was the problem fixed or solved? So again, you want to make sure that you include all of the 5-Finger Retell. Okay, and these are all the 5-Finger Retells: character, setting, problem, beginning, middle, end, and solution. And again, I am just gonna briefly visit this. Okay, time transition words, they help move the story forward and show the sequence of events. Okay, so again, this is a guide to help us with transition from making our paragraph flow from the first to second to the third paragraph. And today, our prompt is, you invented a time machine. Write a story about your journey. So today, I'm going to model an example for you. But I want you guys to come up with your own ideas, be creative, think outside the box, use your imagination. Okay? So there will also be 2 graphic organizers that you can use. The 5-Finger Retell. And there's also a second one as well. So there's 2 that you can choose to use. Okay, so it's up to you. Again, you can use the one here with the hand, and that's the title. They're just similar, but they're just in different formats. But it's up to you of what you're going to do. And today I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so again, you always have to remember, you want to make sure that you understand what you're doing. And today, again, the prompt is, you invented a time machine. Write a story about your journey. So here's my graphic organizer. And again, graphic organizers, they help you just jot down ideas when things come to mind. So that way, when you're writing on Friday, it will be easier to start putting into complete sentences. All right. So again, my prompt, you invented a time machine. Write a story about your journey. So I got to think of ideas. My title, I'm not going to start on that just yet. Okay. So setting, when and where. Where do I want it to take place? So here I'm going to just put a bullet point. I'm just going to jot down, Farmington, New Mexico, and then it says when and where. So I want to think about a year. Again, I'm building a time machine. I can go forward and backward. So I'm going to jot down 2090. And then I'm going to jot down Princeton, New Jersey, 1921. Characters. I'm going to be a character in the story, so I'm writing down my name, Arlena. And then I'm also going to write down my invention. So my invention is going to be, pocket watch. And I'm going to give it a name, named Adventure Time. Okay, so I want to think of another character. Who else can I include in the story? So I'm trying to think. I'm creating a time machine, and I have to think about, okay, I created my pocket watch, or my pocket watch is my time machine. I've named it Adventure Time. Who else do I want to be a part of my story? I want to include someone that might help me maybe in my journey. I'm thinking of an inventor. I'm going to write Albert Einstein. All right, So problem, what went wrong? So now I have to think of a problem. I'm telling this story and I'm creating a time machine. What would be a problem that could go wrong? Hmm. So here, so first I need to think about if I'm inventing a time machine, do I want to go to the future or do I want to go to the past? So here I jotted down 2090. So I want to see the future. I want to know what the world looks like. And then I also came up with the year Princeton, New Jersey, 1921, then the past. Oh, I know what I can say. So the problem that could have gone wrong would be Adventure Time took me to the past instead of the future. Ooh, that could be a problem that went wrong. So again, I wanted to visit the year 2090. And the problem that I came up with was Adventure Time took me to the past instead of the future. And I'm going to put Adventure Time would not turn on. Okay. So now here are the events, beginning, middle, and end. So I want to talk about in the beginning. I want to describe Pocket Watch. So here I'm just going to jot down created Adventure Time, because when it comes to writing, I'll elaborate or talk more about what Adventure Time looks like. But here I'm just jotting down ideas of what I could say in the beginning of my paragraph. So I'm going to say created Adventure Time. And I'm going to put here, I created this invention because here I'm going to put I wanted to see the future. And then again, I'm just going to include that it took me to the past instead. Okay. So then now the middle, events. What else happened? So here I'm just going to again draw a bullet point and I'm thinking about what I want to talk about in the middle. So what happened during the journey of the trip? So instead of going to Farmington, New Mexico of 2090 where I wanted to go, I ended up in Princeton, New Jersey in 1921. And again, Adventure Time was not working. Grab another pencil. Adventure Time was not working still. So then I could introduce my next character, Albert Einstein. So here I'm gonna just jot down maybe how I had to find Albert Einstein. So again, I'm just coming up with ideas of how my story could go. Okay, so in the middle, I ended up in Princeton, New Jersey in 1921, so I was taken to the past. Adventure Time was not working, so I had to find Albert Einstein. So now I want to think about the end. What happened at the end of my story? So here I'm just going to put Albert solved the problem and fixed Adventure Time. So now I also got to kind of think about how did Albert Einstein help me solve the problem? What did he find to help fix Adventure Time? So what comes to my mind with as far as how Albert Einstein helped to fix the pocket watch would be, so I'll put Albert made equations and created a photon. And then here I'm just going to put I was able to go back. I was able to go back. I'm just going to jot that down. Okay. So here's the solution. How was the problem solved? And I'm just going to again put Albert Einstein fix Adventure Time by using a photon. Okay, so I kind of have an idea. Again, you can always go back and add things if you'd like, but this is just kind of what I came up with for my prompt. You invented a time machine, write a story about your journey. So now I need to create a title. What should I call my title? So again, mainly it's about my journey with Adventure Time. Oh, that would be a good one. So I'm just gonna put my title as My Journey with Adventure Time. Okay, so you are going to do the same. You're going to create your outline, and I want you to really think about what type of time machine would you invent. Again, you can think about if you could go forward into the future, where would you want to go? What would you want to see? Or if you were to go back to the past, who would you want to visit? Who would you want to see? What would you do there? So again, you're coming up with ideas about a time machine you invented, and you're writing a story. And don't forget, you need to make sure you have a setting, when and where. You can give the location. Again, you can use your imagination. You can come up with your own idea, and you can also provide the year if you'd like. Characters, you want to talk about who's going to be in your story. And then think about a problem. What went wrong? It could be about, again, something went wrong with your time machine, something went wrong when you were traveling from where you were at to where you wanted to go. Again, events, you want to make sure you think about, okay, what happened in the beginning? You want to include the characters. Again, that was creating Adventure Time. That's what I did. You want to talk about where it took place and what was the problem. Middle, events, what happened during your journey. And then the end is, again, you're talking about how did your journey, think about how your journey ended, where did you end up, how did you feel at the end of your journey, and then the solution. How was the problem solved? Okay, so you want to make sure you answer all of those. And again, I use this graphic organizer, and here's the same one. It's just written with the same type of information. So again, it's up to you on what graphic organizer you decide to use. Okay, and again, your prompt is you invented a time machine. Write a story about your journey.